Hello guys, I'm recording this video for those who attend the meeting with me. During the meeting, I have answered the questions on Unit 3 model exam, which is uploaded on your SMS account, teacher library section. So we will answer the questions here. The first question is, which of the following statements is correct? The number of autosomes differ according to the change of human sex. The number of autosomes differs according to the change of human sex. And this means that the female has a different number of autosomes than the male, and this statement is wrong. The sex chromosomes are similar in male and female, and this also statement is wrong. The genetic information is present in both body cells and sex cells, and this statement is correct because the genetic information is truly present inside the somatic cells and sex cells. So number one answer is number two. Which of the following represent the chromosomal structure of a cell of a male liver? Here's a graph represent 4 types of cells and the number of chromosomes in each one of them. The first cell has 22 autosome and 6 chromosome X, and I knew that 6 chromosome is X because I looked here into the key of the graph. X chromosome is a blank rectangular, Y chromosome is the black rectangle, and the autosomes is also gray or white rectangle. So number two, here cells number two contains 22 autosome and one 6 chromosome, which is Y. Cells number three has 44 autosome and two 6 chromosomes, X and Y. And the last one contains 44 autosome and XX. So let's get back to our question. Which of the following represent the chromosomal structure of a cell from a normal male liver? And this means it's a normal somatic cell. Oh yeah, the somatic cell of male genetic structure, it contains 44 autosome and X. So the answer is C. The normal male somatic cells contain 44 autosome and XY6 chromosomes. Number three, which of the following represent the chromosomal structure of a cell from a normal female human ovum? And the ovum is a sexed cell, contain half number of chromosomes of the somatic cells, so they contain only 23 chromosomes. And ovum always contain X chromosomes, so the answer will be number 1, 22 plus X. So the answer here is A. The normal female human ovum is number 1. When crossing two pea plants, one of them is a hybrid purple flowered and long stemmed. So here the plant carry two different traits. So we will use the Mendel second law because we observing two different traits. And the other one is white flowered and short stemmed. So the percentage of purple flower plants from this crossing will be. So we will assume that the first individual which have hybrid purple flower plant, hybrid purple flower, Y capital Y small, and the hybrid long stem, so it will be T capital T small. So the first individual is Y capital Y small, T capital T small, and the second one, which is a recessive individual, carry white flowers with short stem, will be Y small, T small, T small. The gamete one here will be Y capital T capital, Y capital T small, Y small T capital, Y small T small. And here's the gamete of the second individual, which will be Y small T small. The first cross will be Y capital Y small T capital T small, Y capital Y small T small T small, Y small T capital T small, Y small T small T small. So which one of them carries purple flower? Oh yes, first and second individuals. So that percentage will be 50% individuals carry white flowers. So the answer will be B. Number 4, the answer is B. 50% carries purple flower plants. So number 5, if you know that the natural skin color is dominant on albino skin gene, So if crossing between a man and a woman with a natural skin color, so all of the following results could occur except if we assume that both of them are hybrid natural skin color, A capital, A small, A capital, A small. So we will have four individuals. One of them will be A capital, A capital. Two of them carry A capital, A small, and last one carry A small, A small. These three, or 75%, will be natural skin color, and the third one, or 25% of the resulting generation, will be albino skin color. So let's get back to our choices. All the following individuals could be natural color, and this could occur if the two individuals carry the natural skin color pure, A capital, A capital, with A capital, A capital. So all of them will carry natural skin color, A capital, A capital. The second one, only 25 of the resulting generation could be albino, and this answer is also correct. The third one, 75% of the resulting generation are natural skin color, and this answer is also correct. 75% of the resulting generation carry natural skin color. And the last choice here is the ratio of the resulting individuals could be 1 to 2 to 1, and this is of course a wrong answer because the ratio 1 to 2 to 1 is only applied for lack of dominance genetic case. So the answer of number 5 is D. The ratio of the resulting individuals could be 1 to 2 to 1. Okay, number 6, the percentage of gamete A capital B capital for the genotype A capital A small B capital B small represents about 25% or 50%, 75% or 100%. Let's make it as a genetic analysis. The individual which carries gamete A capital, A small, B capital, B small could produce four types of gametes. A capital, B capital, A capital, B small, A small, B capital, A small, B small. So the gamete which carries the genetic structure A capital, B capital represents 25% of the resulting gamete. 1 over 4 of the resulting. Okay, so the answer will be 25%. Number 7, a man with a blood group pure contain antigen B, which means which blood group contain antigen B? Yes, of course, B blood group. B blood group contain antigen B, and it's a pure, so it would be B capital, B capital. Married to a woman whose blood group doesn't contain antigen A or B. So which of our blood groups doesn't contain A or B antigens? Yes, it's O blood group. O blood group doesn't contain antigen A or B. So the probability of the percentage of blood groups contain anti-A among their children. So we can make it. This is the man whose genetic structure is B capital, B capital. And this is the woman, which is O blood group. Their gametes will be B and O. And after fertilization, all the ratio or all the resulting individuals are 100% PO. So the phenotype of PO is B blood group. And we knew that the B blood group, or the individual which carries B blood group, has in his plasma anti-A antibody against A blood group. So the individual which carries B blood group has anti-A, and the percentage of the resulting individual is 100% B. So the answer here will be 100% individuals carry anti-A among the children. Number 8, if we put a drop of blood group A to a drop of blood group with unknown blood group and agglutination happens, so the unknown sample could be B or O. Let's get back to the transfusion rules. Blood group A could transfer blood to A or AB. So it can't transfer blood to B or O. So if we put a blood group A on an unknown blood group and agglutination happens, this means that the unknown sample could be B or O. So the answer of number 8 is B. Okay, number 9. When a man with a blood group O, Rh positive, Rh negative, and this means he is a O positive blood group, married to a woman with a blood group is AB negative. The probability of having a child with a blood group O negative is, could a man with a blood group O married to a woman with a blood group AB bring a children with O blood group? That's impossible. AB blood group with O cannot bring a children with O blood group, so the probability will be 0. And by a genetic analysis, AB, woman AB married to a man with O blood group, they will produce A gamete, and gamete contain B, and the man will produce sperm contain only O. So after fertilization, the first individual could be A O, and the second individual could be B O. So neither of them carries O blood group. So the probability of having a child with O blood group is 0%. Number 10. A recessive lethal gene is found in chicken. What is the percentage of normal individuals resulting from crossing two hybrid individuals? If you remember that the recessive lethal gene, the first generation, presented by 3 to 0 or 75% to 0. So the normal individuals resulting from recessive lethal genes will be 75%. Number 11, the genotype that leads to appearance of pink color in bee flower plant. We knew that the pink color is dominant trait among the bee flower plant traits. So in order for the pink color to appear, the two pairs of genes must contain at least one dominant gene in each pair. So the answer here will be B. The first pair contain one dominant gene. The second pair also contain one dominant gene. So 11, the pink color in bee flower plant is A capital A small, B capital B small. When crossing two individuals, one of them carry R capital W capital, pink flower plants, with W capital white flower plants in antirrhenium. According to the lack of dominance principle, the resulting generation will have two different genotypes and two different phenotypes. Let's prove it by genetic analysis. R, W, pink, and the other individual which carries white flower, W, W. The G1 here will be R, W, and here is W capital. So the first generation will have R, W, pink, and W, W, white. So here's two genotypes, RW and WW, and two phenotypes, white and pink. So the answer will be two different genotypes and two different phenotypes. Question number 13, if the embryo doesn't contain Y chromosome, the embryo which doesn't contain Y chromosome is a female, because the female doesn't contain Y chromosome. So the embryo doesn't contain Y chromosome. The genital organs are differentiated after 12 weeks of pregnancy. We knew that the female genital organs at the 12 weeks of pregnancy begin their differentiation. So if the embryo doesn't contain Y chromosome, its genital organs will be differentiated after 12 weeks of pregnancy because it's a female. Okay, number 14. The opposite figure represents the karyotype of a human gamete. This karyotype could be, this karyotype, is this karyotype is a normal karyotype or not? Yes, it's abnormal karyotype because the pair of chromosomes number 21 here has an extra copy. So it's abnormal gamete. Okay, which gamete? Abnormal sperm or abnormal ovum or both of them? Abnormal ovum or abnormal sperm because it contains X chromosome. We knew that the ovum has X chromosome, one X chromosome, and the sperm could have one X chromosome or one Y chromosome. So the answer here will be both B and C. Okay? Abnormal ovum or abnormal sperm. The resulting individual from fertilization of this cell was a normal gamete. This cell contained 24 chromosomes. 24 chromosomes. uh, 23 autosome plus X6 chromosome. So if this is an ovum or a sperm fertilized a normal gamete 22 plus X or 22 plus Y, the resulting individual will be 45 plus XX or XY if the sperm contain Y chromosome. And this is a genetic structure of the Down syndrome. So if this gamete fertilizes the normal gamete, a Down syndrome is produced. Number 16, the percentage of gamete that carries the gene of color blindness and boldness together in the genotype P plus P, X small y, is 25% for, and let's prove it. The individual here carries B plus P, X small y. So the first gamete will be P plus X small, the second one will be B plus Y, third one will be B XC small, and the last one will be B Y. Which one of them carries both the gene of boldness and color blindness is of course the first one. B plus carry the gene of boldness, and XC small carries the gene of color blindness. So the ratio of this gamete is 1 over 4, or 25% of the resulting generation. Number 17, if we suppose that the case of Turner syndrome, the genetic structure of Turner syndrome is 44 plus X0, and the genetic structure of Down syndrome is 45 plus XX or 45 plus XY. If these two cases gathered in one individual, it will be 45 and X0. 45 because the abnormality of Down syndrome is in autosome, and X0 because the abnormality in Turner syndrome is in 6 chromosomes. So the answer will be D, 45, 45, and X0. 18. Some people have blue eyes while others have brown eyes. Which of the following explains accurately the reason for this? Of course, the answer will be all the previous, because they have different genes and they have different alleles, and also one gene is recessive, and it's the gene of blue eyes or blue eye color is a recessive. 19. A pregnant woman is told by a genetic counselor that her baby has an equal chance of being blood group A or AB. What are the possibility genotype for the woman and her husband? In order for a male and woman to have a children with an A or AB blood group with an equal ratio, they have to be A, AA, and A and B, O, to produce two gametes, A, B, and O. So after fertilization, the first individual could be AB, and the second one could be AO, which means it's A blood group. So here the ratio is 50% AB and 50% AO. So the answer is A and BO. Number 20, if there is a bald-headed pure male with a normal eyes, it must be that pure-headed, bald-headed, pure male with normal eyes. Pure bald-headed means that B plus B plus. So one of the genes he has inherited from his father and the other gene from his mother. So the answer will be the father and the mother carries baldness gene. The father and the mother must be carry the baldness gene. So number 20 is B. How is the abnormal case that carries the chromosomal structure 44 plus XXY reduced? This case is a Klinefelter syndrome. This case is a male infected with Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome produced from the Klinefelter syndrome is produced from the fertilization of an abnormal ovum 22 plus XX with normal sperm 22 plus Y to produce an individual with 44 plus XXY. And the general characteristics for male with infected with Klinefelter syndrome is Sterile male because of the absence of sperm generating cells. He is also characterized by tallness. He is very tall, and he has female characteristics or feminine characteristics due to the presence of extra X chromosome. Number 22. A farmer does a cross-pollination between two pea plants and got the result illustrated in the opposite table. After the first fertilization or first generation, he got 623 yellow individual and 0 green individual, which means that he got 100% yellow individuals. In the second generation, he got 1,500 yellow individuals and 492 green individuals, which means approximately 3 to 1 ratio. Deduce the genotype of first generation and second generation. The first generation genotype must be Y capital, Y small. The genotype of the first generation must be Y capital, Y small. And the second generation, he would have genotypes Y capital, Y capital, Y capital, Y small, and Y small, Y small. Question number 23. Using the symbols in the opposite table, write down the type of blood groups and the races factor in each of the following cases. He give you a key here. The key contains the symbols for antigens, antigen B or antigen A, antigen RH, and the symbols for the antibodies, complementary for each antigen. Red blood cell in the figure A here carries antigen B, squares antigen B, and in the plasma there are antibodies A, and there is no RH antigen on the red blood cells. So the red blood cell in the figure A is B. So the blood group of the first red blood cell is B, B negative. B negative due to the absence of RH antigen on the red blood cells. Second one here is a red blood cell is antigen A, which is a triangle here, and antigen RH. While in the blood plasma there is anti-B. So the blood group of the second red blood cell is A positive. A positive because it carries antigen A and antigen RH on its surface. The last question here, what happens if the crossing between red-eyed male Drosophila and the white-eyed female Drosophila occurs? The red-eyed male Drosophila structure will be XR capital Y, and the female white-eyed will be XR small, XR small. Sure. The gamete will be XR capital Y, and here XR small. So after fertilization, our red-eyed female will be produced, XR capital, XR small, red-eyed female, and XR small Y, which is a white-eyed male. So the ratio is 1 to 1. One white-eyed male and one red-eyed female. So thank you guys. I hope you are studying well at the moment. And study, and if you have any further question, please contact me or send me a message. I will be waiting for your questions.